Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the Vrooms. And alright, let's play some more Asphalt 9 in the global version, specifically on Android. And as you can see today, we're doing, or rather, starting the run of the bulls number undetermined, because I still got some stuff to work out in order to decide which number this is, but it doesn't matter. What's the deal with this? Well, during the run of the bulls, I basically play in multiplayer exclusively with Lamborghini, but this time it's very special. Because in MP2, Gameloft made available to play with every single Lambo in the game at Gold Max? Is that what you call it? Just at Gold rank, meaning at the maximum possible rank. So all 23 Lamborghinis are available over here. It's beautiful, and we're gonna go through all of them. Now, obviously, I cannot cover all of them in one video, so that's why I'm gonna spread it in several videos. But yeah, you're gonna see at least a couple of races from each one of the Lambos, because man, there's so many of them, and they're so beautiful. Most of them. There's one, some that I don't think they're necessarily beautiful, but I'm not trying to point towards any of them. Just wanted to say that. Anyway, so we're gonna start with the lowest of the low, which is obviously the Countach 25th anniversary, which is a Class D, and on top of that, it's a mid Class D. So this is gonna be a bit painful, but it not matter. We're still gonna drive it because it's a Lambo. While I normally would not have issues with driving with very slow cars, the thing is over here that all of the Lambos are against each other. Meaning that you can see over here, I'm driving the worst Lambo versus one of the best Lambos in the game. So this is kind of how it works, and by the time you're watching this video, the full showcase for the Lamborghini that I made should be out by now, and if not, I guess I'm spoiling what's coming, but no, surely it's already out. So you will notice if you've watched that video, if you haven't watched it, by the way, check it out, the link should be appearing in the top right. But in that video, I made sure to record a race that I won with every single Lambo, except this one. This one, the best I could do was third place, and trust me, I tried so many races, but you will notice that even in that race, it's the same thing. There's a ton of really good Lambos, and even if it's not necessarily just the Cyan or whatever, anything else is much better than this one, because this is honestly the worst of all Lambos in the game. So yeah, I could not get a W with this car, neither I will be able to do it in this video, but it's, in the end, this particular video is not about, or rather this series of the Run of the Bulls, is not gonna be about getting W's with the Lambo, it's just gonna be about driving them and giving you my commentary, because while I already made that showcase, well, showing every single Lambo in the game, that is just, you know, the edited type of video where there's music and enjoy and look at the car and all of that. These videos with the commentary, well, it's all about me blabbering and rambling about whatever comes to mind, specifically in this case, Lambos, so how could I dislike that, right? But there we go, first race, absolutely last place, totally expected, it's fine. If you look at what I was racing, yeah, 3 Cyans, a Reventon, a Aventador, and an Essenza SCV12, so... Well, I mean, this one technically I beat, but that's just because that guy disconnected, so... Okay, there's one other one with the Countach. No, I'm not gonna watch ads right now, thank you. So yeah, for cars that I can change the color of the car, I will. For example, right now I brought my Countach in orange, and I will change it again for the next race just to see a little bit of variety, though there are some Lambos that you cannot change the color unless you actually own the car at 2 stars, and there's a few of these cars, a bunch actually, that I don't own at all, so I will only be able to do the, let's say, factory colors, or whatever is the official colors. But yeah, so the Countach overall, first of all, why does this Countach sound like a V10? Gameloft? Would you be so kind to opine on this? Why do you gave this Countach a V10 engine sound? It's a V12. Now, granted, let's be clear about this. V12s around this time did not sound like the V12s that we know and love of Lamborghini, those high pitches and all of that. At this point, Lamborghini had not developed that just yet. So the V12 does not sound like you would expect a Lambo V12 sound like, but still, giving it a V10 sound, I'm not so convinced about it, but anyway, whatever. In a way, maybe I can understand a little bit wanting to give it a different engine sound, because for example, one thing that Asphalt 8 does is that all the V12s Lambos, almost all of them except one I think, sound exactly the same, so all of those cars sound exactly the same. Anytime you're driving any of them, it's like, yep, they're all exactly the same. And look, don't get me wrong, I like the sound and all of that, but I would have liked for that other game to have variety on the V12 engine sounds, you know, like layer it up a little bit so that even though the bass sound the same, they do have a tiny bit of difference, but oh well. You know that as far as Asphalt 9, the engine sounds, I've never been a big fan of them, so meh. But there we go. Second race with the Countach, and of course I lost. I did beat the SC20 somehow. I think. Wait, why is it the same time? I have no idea, but oh well. I mean, expected result. And I brought it this time in silver, because that is the default color for some reason. I don't understand why. I wouldn't think of the Lambo Countach default or main or iconic color to be silver. To me, the Countach, I would say either red or yellow. That's what comes to mind. But oh well. For some reason, both here and I think in Asphalt A2, the main color is silver. So maybe it is me who is wrong about this. I don't know. Did I go on the right route? I think so. Yes, because this one has to jump. Nice. And failed jump. Beautiful. By the way, you might notice that the game is kind of laggy from time to time. That is completely normal. In fact, that is something that you might be able to see also in the showcase. That was completely unavoidable. Ah, Jesus, I can speak. Unavoidable for me, and that is because I'm running this under BlueStacks, which is the only emulator that makes the game look okay. All the others that I have tried makes it the materials lose their reflection and everything looks to be matte and everything looks frosted. So I don't like it very much. So, but even in whatever emulator I have tried, the performance is always kind of iffy. But in this one is particularly bad because in Slipstream there's a lot of iffiness all the time. So if you see lag, that is kind of expected. And well, understandably, bad races with this car. I mean, I did wreck, so that didn't help me, but whatever. Again, it's a Countach, it's fine. But now we're bringing the Lambo Asterion. Now, by the way, I'm doing this in the order that the cars are, well, ordered over here. So first, second, third, fourth, so on and so forth. Which is not the same order that I used in the showcase. In the showcase, I showed the cars based on their year of quote-unquote production, or at least when they were announced. So yeah, the order is gonna be a little different, but it's kind of the same idea. And by idea, I just mean showing every Lambo. Now, we have arrived in Osaka, and it was no mistake that there was no Osaka race in the showcase, because man, this track is so laggy. Holy smokes, we're gonna see it over here, but it's so ridiculously laggy. Like I said, in the showcase, there were some laggy races in some particular places, right? But trust me, that was the best that I could get in those races. That is actually why I'm doing this entire series of the Run of the Bulls in the very last day that this series is available, because it took me so long to record a decent race for each one of the cars, obviously because of fuel limitation. And then imagine that you're driving one of those cars with 3 points of fuel and 2 races end up being Osaka. And you're like, really? They're so laggy, they're annoying. And then on top of that, I wasn't winning every race. I've always been very, very clear about the fact that when I do this type of showcases, I cherry pick races because I want to show races where the cars are made to look good, meaning where they're performing nice. But yeah, I would say that probably 75% of the races that I was doing, I was losing, at least with the, let's say, mid and low ranked Lambos. Surprisingly enough, well, not surprisingly, it's not a surprise that I did good with the good Lambos, right? But for the most part, yeah, with the good Lambos, I was getting the W's. The problem is that I still had to redo a lot of those races because they were very laggy. And the problem is also that the lag is random. I mean, yeah, there's tracks like this that are very laggy overall, but then there's also situations where a map where it normally performs fine or behaves fine, whoops, massive lag for no good reason. Thank you, game. You know, that type of deal, but oh well. Now, again, this is technically speaking, I suppose, the second worst Lambo. Now, that is not necessarily true because there's another Lambo that I also had a lot of troubles with, but we'll talk about it when we get to it. In the meantime, first race with this car, to be fair, it was a twisted track, so that I don't think that tells me much. There's all the people who beat me. I did beat Asien, so that's something. I'll take it. Now, the Asterion only has the blue color as default, but this one, I do own the car at maximum stars, so I'm able to change the color to pretty much whatever I want. So you will see what I brought this time. It's a peculiar color, let's say. Now, I've noticed that these races do take a long time to load from time to time. I mean, when we're already here waiting for people to be ready, but hey, it's fine. So there it is. I brought a metallic greenish tone, kind of a funky color, but hey, you know, it's just so that it looks nice, okay? That is the purpose. And now this is a more straightforward track, so I mean, less twisty, so maybe there's a possibility for me to do a little better this time. maybe. And I know, maybe I should have started this video with fancy Lambos, so as to get some W's at the start, because otherwise, maybe some people get already put up at, oh my god, this guy's losing every race. But come on, man. The worst Lambos versus the best Lambos, it only makes sense. Everybody's using the best Lambos. It only makes sense. I understand that, okay? Oh, Jesus, stop spinning. Everybody brings the best Lambos because they're the best. You want to drive the best Lambos that you may probably not own. Or even if you own them, why wouldn't you want to use the best? Oh, Jesus, switches! That's on me. That was my mistake. But you know what? I own my mistake and I'm going to finish in last place because of it. Such is life. You live and learn and you crash your Lambo. That's what a lot of people do. In game. And in real life. Man, it's just so sad when you see all those posts of Lambo crash and burned and into a ditch, into the water and all of that, man. Sad, sad times. All right, well, terrible race. Well done, DBT. This one was 100% on you. All right, everybody beat me. Oh, I didn't even see the scoreboard, leaderboard or whatever. Okay, this is not gonna go well. It's a very top speed oriented race, and this car isn't fantastically fast, so okay, whatever. But my car may look different, but it's still the same. I just applied some body kit parts and all of that. Now, I don't have all of the body kit parts in this car, so I only made it look as crazy as I could with what I have. But normally you can put a little bit of a wing and also the diffuser and all of that. You can make it look different. But even like this, it still looks kind of dope, I think. So that's nice. That's nice. I like having the body kit on, but from time to time I also like taking it off because I like to look at the car as it was originally meant to look like, you know? So it's okay. And I made it this time matte because that is one thing that I really like about this game, the fact that there's different materials. Although I keep on saying that there's one material that is missing over here. You have the regular material, which is like glossy. Then there's metallic, which is very reflective. Then there is matte. But what it's missing is satin. I wish there was a satin material for you to choose, because some cars in the game do have satin finish, but it's just not available for you to pick it. And that is kind of sad, to be completely honest, because you could make some cars look very, very nice in satin. But oh well. Hey, I think I'm not gonna finish last place. That is already kind of a miracle. Can I pass that dude? No, I can't. I mean, it's a Sian. It was quite of a big ask to want to pass him, but okay. Oh, I gained 1 point finally. I did beat a Terzo. Whoa. Okay, I'll say that's surprising. And I say that because the Terzo Milenio, while all of these Lambos, look at that. 3 Class A, 1 Class S, Class S, Class S, and Class A. But this is actually the fastest Lambo in the entire game. So in a track that it's all about top speed, I'm surprised that this one didn't win. But oh well, it's time to move on to the next Lambo. And that is the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo Evo. What a beauty of a car. It does have some colors, but first we're gonna start with this beautiful livery because it's super, super dope. Class D. But it's at the top of Class D, so it's actually not too terrible. But we got in the exact same track again. Wait, no, this is a different variant of the track. But anyway, it's still very top. No, wait a second. Is this the same one we just did or not? I'm not sure. The point is that this car is not necessarily super fast. It reaches what, like 313, 314 maximum? So, and here's the thing. Most Lambos aren't super fast. Like, I think the only Lambo that can pass 400 kilometers an hour on land, it's that one, the Terzo Milenio. That's, you know, that's why I was saying that it's the fastest Lambo. Other than that, all other Lambos hover between 300 to 380, 390. I think the Sian can reach with the perfect nitro boost. But yeah, overall, Lambos are the fastest cars in this game. And I can respect that in the sense that, you know, as much as I crap on this game because I dislike a lot of things that they do, I do appreciate. Yeah, this is exactly the same one we just did. Okay. I can appreciate this thing where they try to stick a bit closer to realistic top speeds, where Lambos have never been about top speed. Well, not lately. I back in the day they were, but you know, nowadays they're not so much about top speed, they're about handling and all of that in real life. So over here they kind of reflected that alongside the idea of nitro. I think that's how I could, in general, think of Lambos in this game. What? Why did I want to do 360? That's why I only pressed the one. I think that's the thing with Lambos around in this game in general. They tend to be relatively agile, at least for their class. Because, for example, this is not a very agile car, but it's Class D, so for a Class D, it's quick and agile-ish. But yeah, agile and good nitro, that seemed to be the common thread between Lambos, with some exceptions, obviously. And did I beat anybody? An SE18. All right, I'll take it. But yeah, look at this rank difference. Come on. 3,000 versus 45, 44, 46. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a big surprise. But even with that, I still managed to get some W's for the video of the showcase that I did of the Lambos. Because again, even if this is much lower ranked against, you know, sometimes people that aren't necessarily super skilled or whatever, yeah, you can get some W's. But even against people who are not very skilled, the Countach just could not do it, all right? I tried, I swear I tried, but that thing is just impossible to get a W against all the other Lambos. It is just that bad. Every other Lambo, I did get a W. In a decent clip that is not extremely laggy at that. Meaning that I did get more W's, but you know, I picked the one that I considered to be the best. Alright, so this is a more twisty. Oh, I missed the jump. I meant to go on the other side. Okay, whatever. Oh boy. I'm telling you, this is mildly agile for a Class D car. I would say it's agile for a Class D. It's not super agile like maybe at the SE10s or something, but it's agile, and man, it is a beaut. So can't hate it for it. Even though I feel kind of offended that they put this car in Class D, the racing version of a Huracan, that it's so incredibly powerful and crazy and light, and it's rear-wheel drive, which makes it even lighter, and all of that good stuff, and yet they put it in Class D. And the Huracan, the regular road version of the Huracan, top of Class B. Much better car than this. It makes no sense. Thank you, GameLoft. It makes no sense. Overall, it is true that a racing car, it's slower than the road version of the car. So I get that. But it doesn't justify putting the racing version of the car so low compared to the road version. What they should have done is maybe something like they did with the 4GT. The 4GT in this game, it's Class B, right? And it's a bad Class B, but it's really quick, really bad in handling and all of that, but it is there. What did they do for the 4GT Mark II, which is the race version of the same car? It's still Class B. It is slower, so it's at a slow Class B, but holy crap, the acceleration, the handling, all of that is fantastic. So it's a very interesting car to use. So they should have done the same thing over here. The Huracan Super Trofeo Evo, okay, maybe it may be slower, and they tend to be slower, by the way, than the road version, because they have a lot of aero, which generally speaking makes the car a little slower, but obviously that improves so much more the grip and the handling and all of that. So yeah, they should have made it to handle so much better, have much better acceleration than the regular Huracan, which makes no sense because the regular Huracan in this game has insane acceleration too. So anyway, they should have had insaner in acceleration, I suppose. But no, what did GameLoft do? They put it in Class C. Why? I don't know. Chases him. And it sucks because, well, I mean, I might be biased over here, I am. But I prefer much more the look of this car than the Huracan Spider. Huracan Evo Spider. It's not an ugly car, the Huracan Evo, but I've never been a fan of the Spider car because of all the convertibleness and how it changes the shape of the car, all of that stuff, whatever. But this with the big wing, all the aero, being a racing car and all of that. And yet, it's a so much worse car than that one. It is just annoying. But oh well. That is GameLoft, I suppose. They wanted to have another car in Class D, so they put this one over there because why not? Alright, we beat a Terzo Millennio again and a Miura Concept. Alright, cool. And for the last car of today, we're gonna be looking precisely at that, the Miura Concept. Now, don't be mistaken, this isn't the Lamborghini Miura. This is the Concept. This is a car that was based, I believe, on a Gallardo. I'm not sure if it was a Gallardo, I think so. Or maybe on a Murcielago, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is not the original Miura. This is a concept that they made to kind of revive this thing. But yeah, it remained just a concept. It never got into production, so there is that. So in case you were wondering why I put it in 2006 in that showcase, that's why. Oh boy. This I don't think I've gotten a single W in this entire video, have I? I mean, to be fair, I'm driving the worst cars. I mean, again, they might be okay in their respective classes, but when you put, you know, in the whole big picture of all the Lambos where it's gonna be competing against literally, oh jeez, it's gonna wreck. Yep, everybody wrecked, fortunately, so there's that. But yeah, when it's gonna be competing against all the best Lambos in the game, well, yeah, obviously the lower ones are gonna end up being the worst Lambos. That doesn't make them any less beautiful, though. Well, here we go for a 7th place again. Or maybe not. Okay. See, all this lag. This is exactly what I was talking about. All those random lag spikes. I try to avoid most of them. And they do happen from time to time in the showcase. But yeah, for the most part, I picked races where I won, where the lag spikes weren't as annoyingly common. Whoa! Okay. Sure. Sure, game. Why not? Alright. Alright. Man, I just wish this game wasn't as ridiculously laggy as it is. I know that if you're playing... Oh, Jesus. Look at that CN just passing me like that. Jesus Christ. If you're playing this game in like an iPhone 17 or a Samsung Galaxy 34, yeah, probably runs very well, but for, even though I am playing in an emulator in a relatively powerful machine, this thing runs like garbage. But alright, everybody beat me, unsurprisingly, it's fine. And this one has a much higher rank, but yeah, the performance on this car, being a Class C at that rank, isn't fantastic. No thank you. Now, that orange color that I was using in the previous race is not the main color of this car. The main one is the one I'm using right now, this kind of sicklish, sick-ish, or whatever, however you say it, yellowy tone. I don't love it, but hey, this is the default one, so I had to use it at some point. All right, so yeah, in general, I think it's very accepted, understood, and yeah, those are the only 2 words that I can think of. The fact that the ranks of the cars in this game make very little sense. Where this car, rank of 3600, has pretty much the same rank as the Aventador Super Veloce, and yet the Aventador Super Veloce is so much faster and overall gooder than this. But that's because that one is the Super Veloce is a Class A, while this is a Class C. So it just seems that cars at the highest ranks in their respective class have a bloated rank. Where probably, I don't know, I'm not gonna say that I really know, but I would say, I don't know, imagine this maybe should be a 3100 or maybe 3000 rank as opposed to 3600. But it's a 3600, so it's kind of bloated because it's Class C, but it's a high rank, so I don't know. It just seems weird, that difference. Okay, this time I didn't finish in last, so that's something, beating a Aventador SV, Aventador J, and a Countach LPI. Not bad. Oh, it's actually almost 3700. Holy smoke. And finally, in Buenos Aires, with a different color for the Miura, I brought this peculiar green. It's one of the default colors for the cars. It has quite a selection of options for colors on this car. This is an interesting one in my eyes because it's a old school green. It's not current day Lambo green, meaning super bright, super like lime green. No, this is a different tone of green, and it makes me think indeed of old cars. And again, considering that this is like a homage of the original Miura, which came out in 60, what year was it? 60 something? 68? I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, they're bringing colors precisely to go along with colors of that day, which is, I think, the same thing that they did for the Countach LPI, where the color options for the LPI are the same color options for the regular old Countach. So that's kind of dope. Hey, can I finish in 4th place at the very least? Come on. Wait up, wait up, wait up. Oh, come on! No, come on, man. Not one single W in this video. That's unfair, man. This ain't how it's supposed to be. But, you know, it's alright. It is what it is. In the end, this was the first video of the Run of the Bulls in multiplayer slipstream thingy. On all the cars gold, I don't know what to call it, but yeah, it's the first video. There's gonna be a few more videos because I have to cover every single car, and as you can see, it takes a little bit, and I do want to make a few races per car because, you know, I gotta show them. But yeah, that's all. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments. Tell me which of these 4 Lambos that you saw today, which was your favorite. And that's gonna do it for today. I like the video, all of that good stuff, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye bye.